Hello guys and girls, this is What If Plays What Ifs here, and I'm back at it again with another What If. And as you can see from the photo, this is What If Deku had neon. And yes, this won the poll. 2 people voted for this, and yeah, there was no other votes besides 2 people that really voted. So yeah, and y'all picked option 3, which was this. So, I'm going to continue this series until it is done. And yeah, I'm going to say my intro that I had kept getting all my videos being copyrighted, pretty much. So my intro that I have right now doesn't have no music anymore, so we're just going to see the intro without any music. That's the only difference. But if any of y'all want to make me a new intro, join my Discord, which I will have under the description. So yeah, my Discord server will be in the description below. So, do I have anything else to say before I start my intro? I already said about that. Oh yeah. I hope you all like, subscribe, and hit that liking my videos really gives me how should I say, it lets me know that y'all are liking my videos. Y'all really like what I'm doing. So it helps me a lot if you like my videos. And yeah. And commenting in the comment section is always nice. I like listening to your comments. Thank y'all very much. And let me roll out that fucking intro, motherfuckers. Peace out. Now, let's start off a little bit later. Let's say a few weeks after the events of the last episode. And we are changing perspectives to Fetch. My bad. There we go. As we see Fetch just on a rooftop, just scoping some guys out, as she's just watching like a hawk, waiting for the opportune moment to strike. As she is about to strike, when she hears something bang behind her, as she quickly turned and was about to punch whoever was right behind her, as the person was saying, "Whoa, whoa, 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 chill out, Fetch, chill out. It's only me." As you see, Delson Rowe, as she decides, she says, "Delson, what the fuck are you doing? Freaking being all stealth like, fucking scaring the shit out of me." As Delson just was saying sorry. As she says, "Stealth isn't your best thing, you know. I don't know why you're trying to be stealthy now. You never were before. Fucking people calling you Bannerman man and shit. That's a fucking funny ass name." as she toggles a little bit. As Delson was just sighed as he says, "That name sucks." As she laughs kind of hard as she says, as she quiets down, as she says, "Be quiet. There's some guys I'm scoping out right now." As Delson says, "Are you still killing?" As she sighs as she says, "No, I'm not gonna kill any more men anymore." "You show me the right path, Delson. That there's a better path than killing these assholes," as she says. "I just want to bring them down. I just want to bring honor back to my brother's name." As Delson says, "I'm pretty sure you will, Fetch. I'm pretty sure you will." As she went back to kneeling down as she's watching the men doing a drug deal. As she gets the opportune moment, and she gets up and she says, "Delson, want to strike these assholes with me?" As Delson says, "I thought you'd never ask." As you see a wicked smile on his face, as you see smoke forming from his hands, as you see him dash, pretty much disappear like smoke. As you see Fetch turn into pure light, or pure neon, as I would say, as you see her dash down the building and straight into the drug deal, as you see smoke coming from one end of the alleyway and you see neon coming from the other side of the alleyway. As these men see the smoke and neon, as one of the men says, "Shit! Banner Man is here." And Neon Streak, as that's what they named Fetch, Neon Streak, as that's all people would actually see is a neon streak left behind from all the people that she has contained and beat up, pretty much being turned into the authorities. As what you saw a few weeks ago from my last episode was the first time that Fetch wasn't killing anybody, as Delson was showing her a better path than killing these men. As whenever they were destroying the DUP checkpoint, this was mainly Delson's objective, and he wanted her to help him out. And because of him showing her a better path, she helped him. As we cut back to right now, as they get done with beating the shit and pretty much putting all the men down and restraining them, as you see Delson pick up a phone, as he says this yada yada address in the alleyway, and he turns the phone off. He ends the call, as Delson says, "We better get out of here. Police are going to be on their way." As you just see Fetch just nod as she smiles, as Delson smiled back, as you see him and her turn into their elemental forms, let's just say, as he goes into the vents. Well, she dashes up the building and go into the roof of a few buildings off as they leave the area. As we skip back to Jade, as you see Jade in her mansion, and we see on the news the neon streak and Bannerman have strike again. This time they are bringing down drug deals, it seems like the person on the news says. As you just see Jade just in her usual attire, just eating some cereal right now. As she says, huh, neon streak, that's what they call you, huh? As you see Hisashi just sitting with her on the dining table, as he says, that is quite the predicament. Know that this person with the same power as you is out in the public. We cannot let you use your powers one bit. We need to be extra careful now. We cannot get you mixed up with this other person with the power as you. As they call her as Hisashi says. They call her Neon Shriek, right? As he looks at the news, making sure as he nodded once he saw the headlines, as he said, yeah, Neon Streak. We cannot let you get confused with a girl. Because if a DUP sees you, it doesn't matter if you have a different power. They wouldn't believe you anyways. No one would have believed you. So, yeah. As you see Jade just nod as she says, I know, Dad. Now that she has a name and she's starting to be well known, I need to be extra fucking careful. God damn. As you just see her look up to the ceiling as she sighs. I hate containing myself, Dad. It has taken a toll on me. You know that? As you see Hisashi just nod as he says, I know, daughter. It's hard keeping your true self contained. But we can't do anything about it. It's the way of this world. This dark world that we lived in. As after that, we skip to her getting her right to school. As you see Sebastian. I'm pretty sure that's what I named him from the last episode. If I didn't name him correctly, please tell me in the comment section. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry. I forgot his name. It's been a while. So yeah. As you see him driving up to the school. As he says, young miss, we are at your school. As he gets out from his seat, he goes up to her seat in the back. He opens it. As he brings his hand out, as she grabs it. As she gets out of the back of the limo, as he says, have a lovely day at school, young miss. As you see Jade smile as she says, thank you, Sebastian. Thank you. I'm pretty sure I didn't name him Sebastian. I think I'm getting him mixed up with what's his name from Black Butler. But yeah, just don't mind his name at the moment. Just remind me whenever I'm done. I'm going to keep naming him Sebastian throughout this episode. So yeah, just tell me if I'm wrong or not. As you see Jay just walk off. As you see Sebastian just bring out a one of those little boxes of cigarettes. He pulls one out. He puts the box back in a pocket in his vest. As he brings out a lighter, as he lights his cigarette, as he starts smoking, as he says, "Hope you have a lovely day at school, young miss." As you see him get back into the limo and he drives off back to the mansion. As you see him just driving. As he's thinking about something. It is quite interesting how young Miss and this neon streak has the same power. It is uncanny how similar their powers are. If not, they are the exact same power. It's crazy. As he thinks we need to search who this neon streak is ASAP. Master and Madam already said that they were looking for this neon streak whenever young Miss told them about this person. They still haven't found her. I need to do some reconnaissance myself. Let's see if I can find out who this neon streak is. As he smirks, as he thinks, this reminds me of my old days in the military. It wasn't that long ago, but it makes me feel old. As you see him just drive off. As we go to Jade. As I don't know why fucking wanted me do that, but okay. As we see Jade walking in the school into her classroom, as Mina obviously just got up as he says, "Hey Jade," as he runs up to Jade as he says, "How has your morning been?" As Jade smiles as he says, "It's been very good, Mina. How has your day been?" As Mina, being old giddy and being outgoing, being herself, she says, "I've been doing great. Come on, sit down. Let's have a talk. Let's have some girl talk with me, you, and Jiro." As Jade says, "But what about Ida? He is sadly the only male in our group. You can't just leave him out. We're the only people that he hangs out with." As she chuckles a little bit. As Mina just sighed as she says, "Yeah, you're right. We can't leave Ida out of this. Let's just have a group chat then." Ooh, group chat. As you see Mina go pick her phone up from her pocket. As she does a few things on it. As you hear a notification. Or at least Jay hears a notification from her phone as she picks it up and she sees that she has been invited to the bad bitches group chat. As Mina says in the chat, "Hello bitches, what's up?" As you see Jay give Mina a deadpan face as she says, "Really, Mina? A group chat?" As Mina says, "So what? It makes it easier to communicate when we're separated than just texting each other just one on one. That would get a little annoying." As Jay just nodded, she says, "You're right on that." As we see Jiro text on the group chat, even though she is in the very end of the in her seat. As you see Jiro just texts as she says, "Okay, a group chat, that makes things easier." As we see Ida at the very end on his phone, as he's given a non-expression face as he says, "Hey," with 3 dots at the end. As we see Mina and Jade finally get into their seats. As we see Mina and Jiro sitting next to each other and Ida and Jade sitting next to each other. As the teacher walks into the class and she says, or the teacher says, "Okay, class is in session. Bring all your devices off, turn all your devices off, and let's get to learning." As we get into the first period. The first period passed and they are in their second period now of school. As we see Mina just sigh as she says, "Oh, school is so boring. Why can't we just hang out again? That was a really nice time hanging out at the mall with all of you," she says, as they were sitting pretty much next to each other, as they can hear because they're always sitting close to each other. As Jiro says, "Yeah, that was a nice time, gotta admit." As she says, as Ida says, "Yeah, that was a real nice time. But haven't we been doing that pretty much every day?" As Mina says, "But that was one of the first times that we actually went somewhere together and had so much fun. And we went to Jade's house afterwards. And we even spent the night. That was like a crazy experience living in Jade's mansion. Her mansion was huge. She has everything in that mansion, even a fucking basketball court. Like, who has a basketball court in their fucking mansion?" As Ada says, "Someone very, very rich." As he says, "I don't have a basketball court, but I have a tennis court outside of my house." As Mina just looks and stares daggers into Ida as she says, "Fucking rich kids." As she says, as Jiro just pats her on the back as she says, "It's okay. It's okay. I'm not rich either, Mina. I feel your pain." As we see time pass, and I'm going to say that school has ended. And this time, they all walk out at the same time as Jade says, "Wanna come to my house again? Since you went to my house the first time, y'all won't leave my place. It seems like y'all live here with me now." As Mina says, "No, we go to our houses too." As she says silently, "Sometimes." As Jay just nudges her as she says, "You need to go back to your house." As Mina just sighs as she says, "But I keep in contact with my family." As Jade says, "But they would like to see you, wouldn't they?" As Mina begrudgingly says, "Yes." As she says, "There you go." As she sees the limo waiting for us, she says, "Ida and Jiro, would you like to go to my place?" "And not you, Mina. You have already went to my place mostly every day of the week. So everyone besides Mina," as Mina just sighs as she says, "I'm going to be very lonely." As she calls someone to pick her up, her parents says, she says to them, "I'll be very lonely without you in your mansion." As Jade chuckles as she says, "You'll be okay." As we see Jiro and Ida get into the back of the limo, as she says, "I'm leaving you out this time, for once. It's for your own good. You need to see your family." As Mina just sighs, she says, "Okay. Can I come back tomorrow?" As you see Jade say, "Maybe, if your parents let you." As Mina smiles very brightly as she's getting excited, she says, "Yay!" As we skip, as we see Sebastian in the driver's seat as he says, "Would you like to go to your house, young miss?" As she says, "Yes, Sebastian, I would like to go home." As he smiles as he says, "Good." As he says, "It's been very dangerous today. There has been a lot of stuff going on today while you were at school." As he says, "What's been going on?" "There has been riots against bioterrorists, young miss." As you see Jade flinch a little bit as she says, "Riots?" As you hear Sebastian say, "Yes, sadly people are getting more hateful towards bioterrorists." As Jadis just sighs as she says, "That's sad. That's sad. Why can't there be peace?" As Jiro and Ida just agree with her as they say, "Yeah, it's pretty sad. This road is pretty chaotic." As well, Jiro says, "But everyone has a right to fear those bioterrorists. They can kill any one of us, which is the flick of the wrist of their powers. Like really, they could kill us within a second. And we could do nothing about it. That's just how powerful they are. I don't hate bioterrorists per se, but I am afraid of their powers. I'm not a hateful person, but I am afraid of their powers. As Jade says, that's understandable. But you gotta think about it their way. They were born like this. They didn't want to have powers. And of course, there will be bad apples in the bioterrorist side. But there are also good ones. As Ada says, I totally agree with you. Jade. There will always be bad apples. And good ones. Just like us humans. Some people hate bioterrorists so much that they are going out of the way to go on strike and say that they want bioterrorists to be put in a cell. They're not even treating them as humans. They are as human as any one of us are. As he says that. As Jade nods. As she says, well said, Ida, well said. As he smiles. As he just nodded. As he just stays silent after that. As there has been an eerie tension. There has been a weird tension with Ida all day that Jade has figured out. As he has been more silent than usual. As at least with her, she can tell that he is more open. But today, something's off with Ida. As Jade asks, Ida, there's something bugging you today? As Ada just struggles, she says, as he tries to say no, nothing's wrong. As she says, you have been more silent than you usually are, Ida. As Jiro says, yeah, you have been more quiet than you usually are, which is kind of freaking me out, Ida. The only time you really talked today was just earlier, while we were talking about the bioterrorists. As he just chuckles nervously as he says, just family business, that's all. Family matters. As he tries to have them stop asking that question, as Jay just nodded, as she can tell that there's something weighing on his back. But she will step off at the moment. If the situation gets worse with Ida, she'll step in. She'll step back in. As Jill just nodded as she stepped back as well. As we see them finally get into the mansion. As Ida and Jiro get out of the car after Sebastian gets out of the car and opens the door for them. As they get out of the car first, and then he holds his hand out for his young miss as she holds his hand as she gets up and gets out of the limousine. As he says, "Young miss, how has your day been from school?" And she says, "It has been very good. It's pretty normal." And she says, "That's good. Things will be more hectic out now that the Banner Man and the, how should I say, the neon streak is out there. Things with the DOP will be way worse. They're gonna be more stricter on us. Just know. Once a army has someone that opposes them, they will be more ruthless. They will be cutthroat. They will even not care for their own citizens that they are trying to protect. If a war is being held for too long, they will do anything at all costs to survive. Think about that, young miss. The DOP is nothing but soldiers. And if they don't secure the Bannerman and the Neon Mist soon, then things are gonna be worse for regular citizens. As she nods as they walk into the mansion, as we see Jiro already sitting in a oh, my bad, I was yawning, but we see Jiro already sitting on a couch beside Ingo as they're talking. Well, we see Ida and then Hasashi talking as we see Jade smile as she sees this, as she says, "It's nice to have friends." As she pretty much whispered that, but Sebastian heard that as he smiled as he says, "I bet it is, young miss. Having friends that has your back will always be good. And it will help you in the future, young miss." As he smiles and he pats her shoulder as he walks off after that. As we see Ida pick up his phone as his phone is ringing as he says to Hisashi, "I need to take this for a moment. It's private." As she says, "I understand." As he sees his daughter, as he has a goofy smile on his face as he says, "Do you want to play GTA with me, dear daughter?" As she asks, "Which one, GTA Online or GTA Story Mode?" As he says, "Let's switch it up. Let's play GTA Story Mode at the moment." As she smiles as he says, "Okay, Dad." As they walk to the couch as they take turns playing after they die and whatnot. They're pretty much doing missions to know that. As we see Ida in a separate room as the other person on the phone says, "Ida, are you okay?" As Ida is shaking right now. As he says, I don't know, brother. Ever since as the other person on the other line says, it's okay, calm down, Ida, calm down. I'm going to protect you no matter what. Even if you are a bioterrorist. Just calm down, Ida. And stay calm. Try not to use your powers. I helped you in some of them. I helped you with some of your powers. Just try not to show your powers at all, Ida. You are very powerful. As Ida says, I know. As we see wind swirl around Ida at this moment, as when it's whirling around his body, as he thinks, stop, Ida, stop. As the wind subsides, as he calms down a little bit, but still on edge, as he says, brother, I don't know how long I can keep this up with my friends. I don't want to hurt any of them. As he says, whenever you come back, I will help you some more. Ever since we had the incident 2 days ago, it's okay. It's okay, brother. I'll do my best to protect you from the DOP. And you do your end and try to hide the fact that you are a bioterrorist. As Ada says, I am not a bioterrorist. As Ida's brother says, I know, but that's how the world sees you as. As Ida sighs, as you see tears streaming down his face, as he thinks, I don't want to hurt anybody. It's hard to control my powers, as he slaps his face a little bit as he says, okay, brother, I will try to remain calm. I will do what you say, brother. As his brother says, good. And I will try to keep my parents off your back so they don't find out that you're a bioterrorist, as you know what they would do. As Ida says, we have never been on good terms, brother, but I know we always argue and fight, but thank you, brother. As the other person on the other line, Tanya's brother, says, no problem. Yeah, no problem. We are family after all. But our parents, you know what they would do. As he says, I love you, little brother. Just hide your powers until you can come back and I will train you more. By the best of my abilities. As Tina just nodded as he says, thank you, brother. Again, she says goodbye. As Tina's brother hangs up the phone and Ida puts his phone in his pocket as he looks himself in the mirror as he is in the bathroom while talking on the phone. As he sees his eyes is a little puffy and tears streaming down his face as he gets a wash rag as he puts water on the rag as he puts the water warm water on his face as he wipes his face dry as he's breathing in and out as he's calming himself as he says, okay, you can do this. Just hide this fact from Jade. She is a real smart one. But just hide this fact from her. Do it for her, to protect her. As we see Ida smile on his face as he opens the door and he walks back into the room. As I am going to end this episode here. I hope you all liked this episode of What If Deku Had Neon. And yeah, I hope you liked this. Hope you like, subscribe, and tell me in the comment section how you felt on this episode, or in this series in fact. And how much I have gotten better at doing my what ifs from the last time I made this series. Because I could tell whenever I watched the last episode a long time ago that I was stuttering a lot. And I kept saying and shit like that. I don't know how y'all watch my what ifs, to be honest, because I don't know. But just tell me if I'm doing better than I used to with my what ifs, and if I have evolved, let's just say. But besides that, I'll send y'all a link from my Discord server. I hope you all have a good day or night, wherever your time zone is in the world, my monster family, and peace out.